Okay, so here's example B. So just like example 1A, if you haven't had a chance to check out that video, check it now. Let's look at example B. So it says here, same thing again. Find the least possible degree and the sign of the leading coefficient. So what will be the least possible degree? Let's write this down. Least possible degree, where we look at the number of x-intercepts. So we have one x-intercept, so 1, 2, and 3, right? So we can write 3 there. However, if we know that it's an odd degree function, then this graph over here should represent an odd degree function. But if we see that it starts at quadrant 2 and it ends in quadrant 1, then that's not the normal behavior of an odd degree function. So by looking at the graph, we can see that it's got to have at least a degree of 4. Okay, we know that it doesn't have a degree of 2 because we know how a quadratic function looks like. It normally looks like a u. However, we know that this is an even function because it starts at quadrant 2 and ends at quadrant 1. So we should say that at least the least possible degree is 4. Okay. We also know that the sign of the leading coefficient, in this case is going to be positive, right? It's moving from quadrant 2 to quadrant 4. Quadrant 2 to quadrant 1, pardon. Right? So it's positive. Now the next question says to collect the x-intercepts and the factors of the function. Okay, so let's look at the x-intercepts here. Right? We have here, that's a -2. This is 1, and this is 3 here. Okay, so let's start collecting that. The x-intercepts are x equals -2, x equals 1, and x equals 3. However, you may recall, especially for x equals 3, you may recall that sometimes when we study quadratic relations, sometimes you see this, right? Let me make a small sketch here. A quadratic relation can cross the x-axis either at 2 places or at 1 place. So sometimes you see this, right? And normally we say that it has 1 solution or 2 equal solutions. In fact, when we say 2 equal solutions, it's more accurate. So it has an order of 2. So here at x equals 3, the same thing is happening. So we can say that it has an order of 2. For x equals 3, we can say it has an order of 2. And of course, if we want to get a quartic function, a function of degree 3, or at least degree 3, this has got to be of order of 2. Okay, so we collected the x-intercepts. The next question says to collect the factors. So the factors of this would be, well, x plus 2, x minus 1, and x minus 3 to the power of 2. Because if we multiply this, we are going to get a function of degree 4. And then, very similar to before, they're asking us to find the intervals where the function is positive and the intervals where it is negative. So same thing as before, we do this. We do a table, interval, sine of f of x, and we start outlining the interval. So for example, from -infinity all the way to -2, we're going to see how that function behaves. From -2 to 1, so from -2 to 1, how the function behaves. Then from 1 to 3, from 1 to 3, how it behaves. And then from 3 to positive infinity. 3 to positive infinity. Okay, so from -infinity to -2, we know that it is positive, so f of x has a positive sign. From -2 to 1, it's negative. From 1 to 3, it's positive, and then from 3 to infinity is positive again. Okay? If you have any questions, you can let me know.